into a new situation as a transfer, but one thing, David, that will translate for this guy, when there's a hole, he knows how to hit it.
Yeah, and how nice is it to have a guy, man, you know exactly what he is, who he is. He's been around your program. He knows the lessons you want him to teach. He's the guy you want him to be, and now he gets to step in as a senior with all that experience and lead this squad.
Yeah, and David, he's worked so hard for this moment too, right? This guy put his heart and soul into the offseason workout program, knowing this day was inevitably going to come. He's going to have an opportunity in this game to stat it up. He's going to get the ball early. He's going to get it often. A lot of people really excited to see how he plays in this one.
Looking for a man. It's Wiggins. Got his man downfield. Made it. He smashes his way through again. Lots of room to run. The 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Mountaineers.
And you just cannot draw up the start of the season any better than that. Opening drive of the first game of the year, and quick fire. You're down the field, scoring 6. This offense is explosive.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the NC State Wolfpack comes out and they'll have the ball for the first time. And guys, defenses have been trying to figure out for years how to keep this guy from getting open, and they just can't seem to solve the riddle.
No, this guy has experience. He's been in the big moments. It is so nice to have a guy that's been in your system, in your scheme. He knows the in and outs. You can move him all over the field. You can't place a premium high enough on a guy that knows the system inside and out.
You're right, and tell you, it was a great day for this offense when he decided to come back for a senior year, too. There were a lot of people that thought he might declare for the NFL. They weren't sure if they were going to lose him to the portal or not. He decided to come back. He believes this offense can do something special, and if they're going to do that, then he's obviously going to have a big year.
NC State quick to the line.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Guys, let's talk a little bit about NC State. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out, and that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse, and do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them on the back last year. Yeah, you didn't win it all, but you made it to the playoff. Nice job. They're hungrier than they were a season ago. Let's see if that shows itself here today.
NC State at the line with a 1st and 10. They just keep firing. Here's a heat. Snagged out of the air. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Wolfpack with a lot of options on 2nd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Garrett. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they...
Going for the goal line. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. And the extra point splits the uprights.
Man, it's so nice to have guys out wide that you just trust that you can feed the football, and this guy will do the rest, will cross that goal line, will take care of you, make you look like a genius. That's that kind of guy right there.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Looks like a penalty on the kickoff as the ball goes out of bounds. They'll go to the ground. He'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle. Let's talk about App State. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times...
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. And the Mountaineers decide to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Going downfield for the big play. Touchdown, Wolfpack! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
Looking downfield, it's Wiggins. Got his man down the middle. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Mountaineers want to move quickly. Got a man. It's Wilkins. Finds a crease at the 20. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. On the option, the pitch.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
And the pass is incomplete, and that wraps up the first quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. He gets a hand on it. Not gonna get there as this defense makes a stand.
You know, it's blocked field goals in moments like that that are momentum changers. That could be the difference in this game. What a great individual effort knocking that thing down.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Got it in stride inside the 20. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
We're only in the first half already. This guy's got 2 TD passes, so you could see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this D-line, guys,
unleashes one deep. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. They'll try to move the chains on 4th down. NC State comes to the line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Man, they can barely see the first down marker from there, but they'll go for it on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Firing to the right, complete. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field, ready to fire from the pistol. Quick handoff. Slithers into space.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
Got it in the middle, it's Wilkins. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. And the Mountaineers racing to the line in the hurry-up. The pull and throw off the RPO. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Offense lining up quickly.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The play action fake. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
They booted away on 4th down. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Looking to throw, it's Cano. Pocket breaking down. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Bring in the heat. Grabbed over the middle. It's Murray. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Looking to throw for it. Throws to the wideout. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? Turns on the Jets. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, North Carolina State.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Trying to start the drive with a pass. On target.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Now the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. From the gun, wants to pass. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. The Mountaineers will send out the punt unit. Cradles it at the 35. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Back to pass, it's Cano. Under fire. Lost one deep down the right side. And the DB right with him to knock it away. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Snagged in the middle, it's Murray. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. NC State going up tempo. To the air on first down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. He makes a grab. Oh, and he thought he had a chance to house him, but the defense tackles him at the 3. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Setting up the screen. And he will score! Touchdown, NC State!
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks early in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
A little screen to the running back. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. And the Mountaineers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. From the gun, wants to pass. Right on the money. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. The Mountaineers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Wiggins. Flyers downfield. Complete to the left. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long. Touchdown, App State! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that touchdown is so big for this offense, right? Because here at the end of the half, you're just trying to find positives you can build upon in the second half. And right when it was looking like this game was starting to get away from them, they're able to execute, score, and that's going to help their confidence.
On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Grabbed in the middle, it's Murray. They've got the first down, mark it at the 26 in the waning seconds of the half. NC State quick to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his man, it's Murray. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Makes a grab at the 25, and there's room. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Big play offense, and it has them threatening now. 1st and 10 from the 25. Caught over the middle. It's Murray. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Wolfpack. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And as time runs out here in the second quarter, the offense doesn't want to make this deficit any bigger, so they'll take the knee and head to the half. Just about set to get this second half underway. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. RPO complete to open the drive. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Looking to throw, it's Cano. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
Okay, ready?
Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again.
691, get it far. Easy.
Lost a throw on first down. He's got the tight end. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Here on 3rd down. The give out of the gun. They stop him again, and not only that, they've made this 4th down that much harder. NC State looking to convert the 4th down here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes a catch, converts on 4th down, is still on his feet. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Turning it on. He'll work his way down to the 28.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Wolfpack with a lot of options on 2nd and short. Here's the handoff. Can't get him to the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You just need more from your offensive line. 2nd and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up 3rd down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. Just drives it between the uprights. And now the lead is even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Scanning the field, it's Wiggins. Unloads to the wideout. And this is going to be incomplete on third. And the Mountaineers line up to punt it away.
Number 11, on to punt it away.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And I think after that play there, you're seeing how this offense is staying committed to having some balance. They've had so much success early in this game throwing the football, right? They've been lighting the scoreboard up through the air, but they also want to keep the defense on their heels so you continue to run the football. Even if you're not breaking off 60-yard TD runs, you got to have that balance.
And defensively, you... know this guy, man. He's got some wheels to him. He'll get outside the pocket. You can't let him outside the cage. Those ends have to do a good job of keeping contained. When you lose it, this is what happens. He can get outside, can scramble, and can get first downs.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on 3rd down. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Now the pitch. They get him stopped at the 26, but boy, that was an attitude run. A pickup of 6. NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. Off play action. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. Looking to pass, it's Cano. Here comes the heat. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. And the field goal unit is on the field. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Right down the boulevard. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just trot him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Quarterback on the keeper. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. And they'll move the chains with the first down, but that might be it for the 3rd quarter. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. So 1st down will open up the final period. Looking to throw on first down. Complete downfield. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Catch in the middle. It's Bender. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. The Mountaineers getting set on 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Wiggins. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. A big play for the defense with the first down sack. Now, advantage D as the offense comes up on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle, it's Wilkins. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. And the Mountaineers are threatening in the red zone. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Complete out of the backfield. Looking for the sticks. Touchdown Appalachian State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Yeah, and this offense needs a spark, man. Down big. Listen, it's game 1. It's not the end of the world, but we got a deficit. Got to put some drives together. Nice drive here. Now the defense needs to do their part because they got to put this thing in turbo.
21.
North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Looking to take a shot. He caught it. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They'd really rather not have to settle for 3. It's 3rd and goal from the 6. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And the stomping has commenced.
Yeah, salt into wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
Few anxious moments there, but the hands team, true to its name, as they make the grab and get the ball. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Fires to the tight end. At the 20, he's got space. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Mountaineers.
Yeah, nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Yeah, and a great job by the receiving team. When you see the football kick, man, you got to be smart. How fast it's coming, if I'm ready to catch it, if it needs to go to the next wave. Nice job being organized, seeing it, and executing well.
Throws for the tight end. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Dropping back, it's Cano. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated. He missed that connection. NC State has work to do to convert this 3rd down. Using his feet to buy time. Trying to make magic on the scramble. There he goes. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Pressure coming. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. Lets it fly. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. A 3rd down try for the offense. Here's the pressure. He's going to be a little bit short of that 1st down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Oh, they're after him. Finds a crease at the 20. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. NC State going up tempo. They'll throw it from the red zone. Moves away as he feels pressure. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Rushes on him. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, North Carolina State. And the pummeling has started.
Well, these players came together. I've been so impressed, not just by the talent, but also by their composure. Handling this kind of environment in the first game of the season, this says a lot about the leadership in that locker room.
Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Coming out with it, it's McKee. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. Wants to throw. It's Wiggins. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Zings it complete to the right. Got room at the 35. Really nice job there to pick up the 1st down and get it to their own 41. The Mountaineers come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? He wants to throw it again. He's taking a deep shot. To the end zone, and it's picked off.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Boy, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw.
Trying to burn this defensive back. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Well, this offense really felt coming into today that they were going to have to throw the football. For the most part, David, this quarterback has been lights out. That time, though, he lets it get away from him a little bit, and that was a critical INT for the...
Oh, it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
I love those smashes where you can hear it up here, Reese. Goodness gracious, you can hear the contact. Such a big lick. The offensive guy doesn't hold on to the football. Huge momentum swing, big turnover forced by the defense.
Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit. NC State quick to the line. Looking to throw, it's Cano. Under fire. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19.
Let's go!
Looking to throw on 1st down. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Trying to make magic with his feet. Bounced off his feet. Here they come on 3rd down, and the defense has had no answers so far. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. And while this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score. They might try to score again. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. He's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. And after this play, the cake will be baked. They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. He was thinking touchdown on the scramble, but they're able to stop him short of the end zone. Timeout is called with just a single second left. They've already put this game in a hammerlock, and now they'll go for the submission hold on 4th and goal. He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. And he takes it in on the final play of the game. You played through the echo of the whistle, and they did that with the ceiling